This is a video on how to use Mergent Intellect to locate private company information. When you start at the home page, you will see a direct search. You can search directly for a company here. I'm going to use a local private company and a national private company to show you how to search. You can search directly. I'm going to search for Boundary Bay Brewing Company. They do show up right away. I do want to show you how to search an advanced search. When you start searching, when you do the default search, it limits to just US companies. If you want to look outside of US, you can unclick this. Because I'm going to go to advanced search and search for a local company, I'm just going to leave it. When you get to advanced search, you can see different ways that you can limit your search. I'm going to search for location. I'm going to start with state. Select Washington, add to criteria. And then go to city, type in Bellingham, and add to criteria. And then I'm going to go to company and search for Boundary Bay. Add to criteria, and then search. So this shows me any company that has Boundary Bay in the title. So Boundary Bay, there are several things in the region that have Boundary Bay in the company name. I am looking for Boundary Bay Brewery. This gives me basic information on Boundary Bay. Location, this is essentially directory, and then it gives me sales. Private companies don't have to disclose their financial information. So some sales, some local, especially smaller companies, will not have anything for sales. And oftentimes when you do see sales, they can be an estimate. So that's something to be aware of when you're looking at private company. And then they give you also probably an estimate for employees. You can click on industry. It gives you industry details. Mergent Intellect is also tied to First Research, which is an industry database. So it gives me the code for breweries for the NAICS code, and then it gives me the code for SIC for the for beer or alcoholic beverages. I can click on this, and it will take me to the First Research report on in this case on breweries. I can do the same for SIC. I can see the executive details. This usually comes down to the ownership. Again, what is listed can vary, and in some cases can change and then not get updated specifically on the report. There is no family tree, meaning there is not another entity that owns Boundary Bay. Something else you can do is look at surrounding companies. I wanted to see who else is around Boundary Bay. This is not specifically beer or breweries, but it gives me what else is in that region or that neighborhood. If I wanted to see what other breweries were in Bellingham, I could go back to advanced search. You see it keeps the information I'm looking for. I can X out of Boundary Bay, go to industry, go to NAICS code, do a keyword search for breweries, add to criteria, and then search. This will list other breweries that are in the area. Looking at this, I think we can say there are probably other breweries in Bellingham that are not being located. It could be because I'm looking specifically at Bellingham as opposed to county, but I'm still seeing some breweries that aren't necessarily listed here. So you have to be aware that this may not be exact, but it does give you an idea of other breweries in the area. I want to go back to the main screen and search for a larger national private company. I'm going to search for Trader Joe's. Now you'll see I get a bunch of different Trader Joe's. You'll see this Trader Joe's Inc., Import Export. I want to go for this one that says headquarters in California. That's going to be the main location for Trader Joe's. This gives me a summary of what they do. an overview. It's the headquarters. This is their SIC and NAICS. Again, I can click on this. And now this, when you click on this, it takes you to the search. So I'd have to search for that. But if I go to industry details, it'll give me the actual PDF. You'll see there aren't any financial details. That is mean Trader Joe's is not making their financials available because they are private. They don't have to list that. But I also want to show you family tree, mainly because if we go back to the company, you'll see their ultimate parent name. They are a subsidiary. That may be another reason why they are not listing their financials, because they are a subsidiary. If we go to family tree, this is the link for the company that owns Trader Joe's. Something you should see is they're located in Germany. So information in Mergent Intellect is international. You may not have as much. Again, their financials are not available. Industry detail. Now this is looking at a holding company. So that means that the owner of Trader Joe's is a holding company. Now, a holding company is a business or an organization that owns and controls another company by stock ownership, but they generally do not interfere or interject themselves into daily operations. There are other more well-known holding companies, and because Aldi Nord is private, some holding companies are public and they do list that information. Aldi Nord is not. They are private and they are international, so they do not make that information available. That is a really quick overview on how to find private company information in Mergent Intellect. If you have any questions, please let me know.